Hey everyone and welcome. So today, we're going to dive into this one little magic ending that will instantly make you sound more natural when you're speaking Korean. Yep, we're talking about chana. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so have you ever been in that situation? You're talking to someone and you just want to say, but you already know this, right? It's that feeling of, come on, we both know this is true. Or even, why are you even asking me that? Well, it happens all the time. And guess what? Korean has the absolute perfect tool for exactly that feeling.
And that tool, you guessed it, is chana. So at its core, this little grammar pattern is all about confirming a fact that both you and the person you're talking to are already aware of. Think of it like adding, or obviously, or even don't you remember to the end of your sentence. So it's not really about giving them brand new information, it's more about pointing out a reality you both already share.
All right, let's break down a super classic example just to see how simple this really is. Take the sentence, 우린 친구잖아. So you've got 우린 for we and 친구 for friend. Then you just tack on 잖아 at the end. The logic is just, we are friends, plus that whole shared feeling of you already know this. It's this brilliant little combo of a simple fact and a whole lot of feeling.
Okay, so how do we actually start using this ourselves? You might be thinking it's going to be complicated, but I promise you, the rules are surprisingly simple. Let's get right into how to build these sentences.
So there are really just three super simple rules to remember. That's it. For verbs and adjectives, like 가다 meaning to go, you just attach 잖아 right onto the stem. Boom, you get 가잖아. For nouns that end in a vowel, like 친구, friend, you do the exact same thing. 친구잖아. Easy, right? And for nouns that end in a consonant, like a word like 사실, which means fact, you just add this tiny little buffer, 이잖아. So it becomes 사실이잖아. See? I told you it was simple.
And hey, here's a quick pro tip for you to really nail that native sound. The H sound, the he in 잖아, it's silent. You just don't say it. So for a word like 친구잖아, you're not pronouncing that H at all. It just sounds like 친구잖아. It's a really small tweak, but trust me, it makes a huge difference in sounding way more natural.
Okay, so we've got the grammar rules down pat. But here's the thing with 잖아, the rules, that's only half the story. This one is all about the nuance, the feeling, the vibe. How you say it, your tone of voice, can completely change what you mean.
Let's really see this in action. Imagine you're sharing some food with a friend, and they're kind of hesitant. You could say with a big smile, 맛있잖아, which means, hey, it's delicious, Go on, try some. See? Super friendly and inviting. But now flip the script. Imagine you've told someone over and over not to do something, and they do it anyway. You might say, with a bit of frustration, 하지 말라고 했잖아, meaning, I told you not to do that. It's the exact same grammar, but a completely different emotion, right?
Now, this is probably one of the most common and honestly most useful ways you're going to use 잖아. It's when someone asks you a why question and the answer is just completely obvious. In that moment, 잖아 is your new best friend. Why are you wearing a coat? 춥잖아. Because it's cold, obviously. It's such a quick, natural way to give a reason that really shouldn't even need explaining in the first place.
Okay, a really important note here on politeness. By itself, 잖아 is pretty casual. Something you'd use with your friends and family. But if you need to be more polite, say with coworkers or elders, it's the easiest fix in the world. You just add yo to the end. That's it. So 친구잖아 becomes 친구잖아요. And just like that, you can use this pattern in pretty much any situation.
So to help get you started, here are a few key sentences you can just memorize and start using right away. You've got 위험하잖아. It's dangerous, Perfect for warning a friend. Or how about 바쁘잖아? That's for when someone asks for a favor and you're just thinking, can't you see I'm busy right now? Then there's 내 거잖아. Hey, that's mine. And of course, the absolute classic, 말했잖아. I already told you this.
All right, that's enough of me talking. It is your turn. Let's put this into practice. I'm going to give you a situation, and I want you to try and form the right 잖아 sentence. You ready for this?
Okay, situation number 1. You're out shopping with a friend. They point to this amazing bag and ask, hey, why aren't you buying it? But here's the thing. You've both seen the price tag, and it is just ridiculously high. So, the Korean word for expensive is 비싸다. How would you respond? You'd say 비싸잖아, right? You just take the stem of the adjective, 비싸, and pop 잖아 on the end. It just perfectly captures that feeling of, come on, look at that price. It's obviously way too expensive. Awesome job if you got that one right. Okay, Next up, imagine your friend asks you why you're always broke. And, well, the reason is pretty obvious to both of you. You're a student. The Korean word for student is 학생. So how would you state that very obvious fact?
The answer is 학생이잖아. Remember that rule? Since 학생 ends in a consonant, we use that 이잖아 form. It's such a simple, clear explanation, but it carries all that nuance of, well, what do you expect? I'm a student, you know.
So, to wrap this all up, let's just quickly go over the main takeaways. First, you're going to use jana to state facts that you both already know. Second, and this is huge, remember that your tone of voice is absolutely crucial. It can be friendly or it can be annoyed. Third, it's the perfect, snappy answer for a why question when the reason is just obvious. And last but not least, just add yo to the end to make it polite. Easy peasy.
And now I'm going to leave you with one final thought to take with you today. Just think about your day, your life, what's around you. What's one obvious fact you can now state using chana? I really want you to try it out. Seriously, the more you use it, the more natural it's going to feel. Thanks so much for joining me.